right, how's it going? This is Jay Olson here. I'm at the Coeur d'Alene Skate Park today. The weather's getting better, so we're trying to mix up our podcast a little bit here, get outside of the ramp. I'm here with Johnny Helgren, local, and super badass, man. You know, I just really wanted to take a minute here to kind of pick this guy's brain, see what he is about, learn a little bit about, you know, what pretty much what it takes to be a badass skateboarder in the community, man. You know what I mean? I've always been interested in your story. You know, I've seen you around for a while, and you've always just been an exceptional skateboarder, and you know, kind of one of the guys that guys go, yeah, that sets the standard. You know, so I think that's really awesome in our community. So just kind of wanted to sit down with you and shoot the shit with you, and just kind of get to know you a little bit. So people that are tuning into this podcast can get an idea of who you are, what makes you go, bro.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean? So we'll start with we're going to do 10 questions. We're doing 10 tricks and 10 questions. So we'll start out with our first question, and kind of like to get the gist of like what got you into skateboarding, like your first memory of skateboarding. If you can kind of share that with us, that'd be cool.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I grew up down in Palm Springs, California, and down the desert. And we lived in the end of this little cul-de-sac, and one of our neighbor guys actually had like this, what seemed like probably like a 12-foot ramp, but in reality it was probably 8 feet or something like that.
4 foot.
But like a full size, almost like vert ramp or whatever, and had extra boards and whatnot. And so we were practice going up and down and pumping back and forth and that kind of stuff. And at the time on the X Games, the vert was the big thing and whatnot. And so vert skating just seemed super cool, even though I wasn't even getting close to the coping or dropping in or anything like that.
Yeah.
And then shortly after that, we went to a skate shop and got my first couple of skate videos and found out what street skateboarding was.
What was the first skate video? What was it?
First 3, I got 3 of them. A little spoiled. Cash Money Vagrant from Anti-Hero.
That's a good start.
Yep. Dying to Live from Zero Skateboards, and Yeah Right from Girl.
That's awesome. That's like the good spectrum of like skateboarding as a whole, as far as like real, like legitimate, you know, like skateboarding. Those are totally hitting that. You know, you got like the Yeah Right, like that real street thing, and like the gnarliness of those other 2 guys. You know,
Definitely.
brands.
Yeah, like the Anti-Hero one was just all bull shredding, and the Zero video was just big handrails and stairs, just fast skateboarding. And then Yeah Right had your technical stuff, all your manuals and all that kind of different techniques.
Dude, you couldn't have actually, you really could have picked better videos to have that first exposure to. Like, this is skateboarding, because those 3 videos are fucking amazing.
Oh yeah, for sure. And then that's when I realized, there's more to skateboarding than just a half pipe in your neighbor's backyard.
Yeah. And
so we started waxing up the curbs and trying to do like little ollies and 180s and whatnot off the curb cuts, and just practicing that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's basically the first memory of it all that I have.
That's awesome, dude. It's so funny to me, because I always think you come and skate my ramp and you fucking kill transitions, but I always think of you as a street guy. So to me, it's very interesting that that you started, you know, on a skating that ramp and riding out there. And even if you weren't doing anything, but just going, wow, man, like you started doing that. Like that's your first memory, was actually riding around.
I mean, even growing up in the desert, my dad had a pool construction business, and he would take me and my brother out of school when we were in elementary school to go skate empty pools the day before they get replastered or whatever the case was. And so you'd think I'd be, shredding pools and all that kind of stuff. But no, street skating kind of, caught my eye a little more early growing on, and it was just more accessible. Yeah. A little easier for me.
It's true. I think as a whole, I think that's why, this is just my opinion, but with street skating being so big, it's just because of that. I mean, you don't need to find a ramp. I mean, when I was a kid, like we would skate to a ramp,
exactly.
and like anything you did along the way was just kind of like, oh, good for you, man. Like it really didn't count.
Yeah, honestly, street skating is as simple as grabbing your board and walking out your front door and going down to your local market or wherever it is. You can just going down the street. That is street skateboarding.
I love that. So let's do our next question. Question number 2 is like some of your top 5 skaters, man. Like people that get you stoked, man. People that you go, hey, man, these guys are, they're Helgren approved.
Oh yeah, they're all my homies. They're all friends. Probably not big name people that everyone knows of and whatnot. But first, Nick Peterson from Portland, Oregon. He rips. Jake Hill down in Southern California. Donnie Duhadaway. TC Graves. And then Coeur d'Alene favorite, Bob Gibbs.
Bob Gibbs.
Shout out to all those guys.
Yeah, that's rad, dude. Yeah, Bob's crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
He rips.
He, I think we talked about this before, but yeah, he showed up at the ramp, just showed up, and hey, can I skate the ramp? And of course, I'm like, yeah, fuck, dude, totally cool.
Yeah.
And no warm up, just drops in and just starts like no kick down around, no fucking around.
And he'll always keep you guessing too. You have no idea what he's gonna try next or what's gonna happen. He's just, I don't even know if he knows what he's.
I don't think he does though. He's very very much that whatever train of thought, just like that free association style of skateboarding. I see it with him. I'm like, this guy doesn't even know. He's just like attacking some shit. And
he's a badass. He's definitely a local favorite.
I love that. Cool. So let's do our next question, number 3. And I think this is an important one as a 47-year-old skateboarder. I kind of go through these little phases here where I'm just trying to stay stoked about skateboarding, kind of keep it fun, all these kind of things. But like, what keeps you stoked about skating, man? Like, what's the things that keeps you into it now that you're a little bit older here, and you've done the sponsor thing, you've done a lot of that stuff, and you know that you're a good skateboarder, man. You got the, you're kind of accomplished, I think, in a lot of ways. You know what I mean? I feel that way.
I appreciate it.
I feel that way. You know what I mean? But what keeps you stoked, man? Like to go out every day. What keeps the fire lit?
I like that nowadays kind of everything is accessible, or not accessible, but accepted in skateboarding. Like, you don't have to, be the gnarly rail chomper dude or big bull guy. Like, you could literally just go do slappies or, go skate a launch ramp, go skate a little half pipe, go do whatever. Like, the fact that everything is kind of, accepted, and there isn't like one thing that's like, you're considered a poser, like not a real skateboarder, like shit like that. Like, I love that right now. Everything's cool and everyone's stoked, and
totally
see all these different parts coming out that are like, it could be like I said, a gnarly rail dude or whatever, but the random shit that's just like someone that just looks like they're having fun skateboarding, just doing random like knick-knack kind of shit. I don't know how to explain
I get
it.
Like Earth Surfer. I think of Earth Surfer. That's on, I think his name's Band something or other. On Instagram.
The roller surfer.
Roller Surfer. Roller Surfer.
Shit like that, exactly.
Dude, that guy's like so on another like plane, and he's super good. He does super hard tricks, but in this, again, like that kind of free flow kind of thing, and people love him. He's like a skateboarder's favorite right now.
For sure.
Everybody's feeling that.
And he's not, doing the craziest, gnarliest stuff. He's just doing stuff that is fun to him, that no one else has really seen, and it's that kind of stuff that kind of, gets me stoked and keeps me going. Like, I can kind of just, and it's the same for me day by day. Like, I can come down here to the park and feel like, skating this tiny little 2-foot quarter pipe, or I could, feel like skating the big rail or whatever it is, and it's all fun.
I love that. And I think that, I kind of hear like there's an artistry, you know what I mean? Kind of that artist aspect, because I think skateboarding can be, very, just like this almost jockey, this jockey vibe, but it can be very much like Mark Gonzalez.
Exactly. I mean, and there is that part to it too. You could be, your favorite skater could be Nigel Houston, and you love street leagues, and you're super hyped for the Olympics coming up and shit like that. I mean, there is that part to it as well.
Yeah. No, and I think
so
it's
the fact that there's there's a little something for everybody. I think it's super sick.
It's amazing, actually. There was definitely like the whole, like, poser almost seems like it's becoming an extinct word, man. Like, nobody's a poser anymore.
Right before I just said that, I honestly, I haven't even thought of that word in forever.
Yeah.
Or used it or anything like that.
Yeah, man. Shit, when I was a kid, man, there was like just a standard shit, man. Like, if you didn't do this, you're a poser.
Oh, straight up. Yeah, growing up and going through elementary school and middle school and all that kind of stuff, like, you could dress like a skater, but if you didn't actually skate, then you're a poser.
They'd check your ollie spot.
Yeah. If you don't have these marks on your shoes, then you're a poser.
Yeah, you're a poser, man. Right. Or you got new shoes, whatever.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So our next one here is number 3. We're on number 4. like your favorite skate trip, man. Like skateboarding, a big thing about skateboarding, I think, is spending time with your homies. Getting out there and exploring the adventure of it is such an awesome aspect to skateboarding. And I think it's important with so many parks that are around now. I think it's so easy for kids to come down and just come down to this Pedigree Park and skate the blown out bowl that has the perfect coping and all this.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But adventure and skate trips, like some of your like couple or maybe just one, whatever you want to do, but like your favorite skate trips that you've been on.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely more than one that stand out. But let's see, the first one, living in Portland, I was riding for this brand through Unheard called Portland Wilco.
Yeah.
And we did a trip from Portland, just went down to Southern California. I mean, we went through, the end destination was down to Southern California, but we stopped everywhere along the way. A bunch of just really cool local people would like put us up if we weren't already camping at a camp spot or something like that. So people that had like these badass like made to skate backyard bowls and shit. So we'd be up all night, like just drinking and skating, and that trip was a lot of fun. And then there's one a couple years ago or whatever, when I was living down in San Clemente, I was skating for Permanent Vacation Skateboards. And we just did a little trip from San Clemente to Palm Springs, which is only like a 2-hour drive, but we stayed out for the weekend. We got a cheap little Motel 6.
Yeah.
Everyone got tricks. Everyone had way too much fun at night.
Yeah.
Stayed up way too late. And I mean, but that one will always be a standout one just because everyone had so much fun. Everyone got tricks. And even though it was only like a couple hours away, it was still, such a fun trip.
I love that, man. Yeah, just on the road and kind of just cruising. You were talking about a little earlier about Cash Money Vagrant, and I think it's that video, but where or I think it's Tent City.
Tent City.
Yeah, where they're just traveling around, and at the time, Anti-Hero's huge, and I know these dudes could have been staying in, hotels and everything, but I love just how raw those guys are. They're like, we're gonna sleep in this dude's backyard. Spray paint our tent, just this Haggerty kind of vibe that seems just so pure and close to the heart of skateboarding.
Yeah, that's pretty much how our Portland Wilco trip was.
Yeah.
We were just, I don't think we ever got hotel rooms. We were always just in the tents.
I love it, dude.
Camping out, whether it was at a skate park, on an actual campground, or, someone's backyard that was like, yeah, you guys can stay.
Yeah.
Be like, got a couple spare bedrooms, got a couch, and we're like, nah, we got our tents.
Yeah.
We're good.
Yeah.
We'll be in the backyard if you need us.
Just sleep in a tent. I love it, man. That's awesome. So cool. So favorite skate trip, number 5. So I know you rode for Nike for a while because I was getting shoes from you.
Yeah.
Your hand-me-downs, which I appreciate that.
Yeah, of course.
Kind of bummed that that's over for, for my budget for as far as shoes. But maybe talk about that a little bit, man. I don't think a lot of people know that about you, dude. And that's kind of, that's a cool fucking sponsor.
No, it was definitely, it was super cool while it lasted. I mean, it was only a couple of years where that was happening, but that started in Palm Springs. I think they launched this program called Support Your Local, and it was basically they're trying to get like a flow dude in every area code with a core skate shop.
Yeah.
Something along those lines.
It's impressive.
Yeah, that's a big budget. And the 760 area down in Palm Springs, they wanted this one guy to be their guy for that deal, but he was already flow for a different brand. And so I was the next guy up. So
Nice.
And so the whole thing with that was they would basically they'd send you shoes, but then they would also send you display things to set up in the skate shop, and whoever sets up the best display and whatever wins extra shit or whatever the case was.
Yeah.
And the owner of the skate shop at Epidemic that I used to ride for, shout out Glenn Coy. This shop was just really nice. We didn't really need to have those displays set up or something like that. He wasn't too much about it. So I ended up just taking all these displays home, and I just had all this extra Nike crap sitting around, and it was pretty funny.
Just had all the shit just hanging
Just
out in your
ran-
house.
Just random shit.
That's awesome.
And all just branded Nike SB.
Yeah.
And then shortly after that was when I was moving up to Portland, Oregon, and Oliver Flores, who is the Southern California rep, shout out to Oliver, he put me in contact with Kayla Burke, who she was the actual one who started that Support Your Local program.
No kidding.
And so I met up with her, and she would have me come into the Nike campus to like the SB building, and I'd help package boxes for the pro snowboarder dudes when they were doing snow stuff at the time. And I was able to like just package my own boxes, and instead of having like random shit sent to me, I could just like grab whatever I wanted, Janowski's and like the cool shoes that I actually liked.
Yeah.
And then, you know, eventually that just, I don't know what happened. I think it just fizzled away naturally. You know, there wasn't no bad beef, no animosity, nothing like that. It just kind of fizzled away.
Yeah.
But it was definitely, I mean, it was super cool while it lasted.
Yeah,
It was
I
fun.
think, I really, and I'll probably get slack for this, but, I really like Nike, man. I like in the fact that, like, they got good shoes.
Yeah.
They're great skate shoes. Like, my skate shoes right now are Nikes, and I'm like, dude, these things are fucking legit.
Oh, yeah.
They have...
They definitely they make
yeah.
good shit. I mean, they have the money for the technology and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So whatever you're gonna put on your foot, it's gonna be comfortable.
They're funny. It's funny, too, because I hear the, maybe not so much anymore, but when they were really infiltrating into this, that Nike SB and getting that going on, and like, core guys kind of hating on it and stuff. But the deal is, it's like Nike's been around for a minute. Like, Nike had Air Jordans. I remember, like, as a kid, Bones Brigade and all that, and they had, like, Nike Air Jordans, and they cut them off.
Yeah.
And those were pretty much the prototypes that went into the how half calves were developed.
Oh yeah, I mean,
thought that
yeah,
was
like Lance Mountain and stuff, who still skates for Nike, was part of Nike back then, and stuff like that.
Yeah. I just think it's interesting, All right, so next question number 6. Let's talk about golfing. Let's cut the shit. Let's talk about something that's really...
Let's get to the real topic.
The real topic here. We're talking about golfing, skateboarding, and what that's all about.
Yeah, picked it up last summer, just, some fun summer activity.
Yeah.
My buddy Austin McCleary, shout out to Austin.
Austin kills it.
He's super good at golfing, and had an extra set of clubs, and it was just something to go do one day, just to, instead of coming back down to the skate park, or maybe it was too hot one day, so we decided to go golfing, and ended up having a lot of fun.
Wow.
Had a couple of like lucky shots, and kind of same thing, that the way that skateboarding grasped me, like it was very appealing once I first started doing it.
Yeah.
And and long story short, I'm hooked.
Totally.
It's super fun.
Yeah.
It's very similar, like the random like little things that do connect it to skateboarding, like sitting there like working on your swing.
Yeah.
Like I've been in my backyard practicing chip shots.
Yeah, me too.
It was the same thing as being a kid in my driveway, learning how to kickflip or some shit like that. Just sitting there practicing over and over and over, and it's a lot of fun trying to learn something from scratch again too, just from the basics.
Yeah, I love that too. I'm super addicted to golf right now too, and I see a lot of those parallels, man, of like, the perfect hit, feeling like a perfect ollie. I was chipping my backyard usually once a day now, and yeah, man, like I remember clear as a bell hitting that ball, and right before I hit it, I go, oh, this is definitely gonna go and hit the tree. I'm always trying to hit the tree.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You just know, just like a trick, like a frontside ollie or something. You're like, like, this is it. I know I got this. Bam.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I love those connections like that. And I think it's so kind of weird that that those things connect because of the stereotypes that skateboarding and golfing have.
True. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, two completely different like fans or people that watch stuff.
Kind of demographic.
Exactly. Yeah, the demographics are way different.
Yeah.
But I mean, there is a ton of skateboarders that do golf though, and so it's a fun thing for everyone to do.
Yeah,
it's a blast.
I love it. All right, number 7. What do we got here? Local up and comers. Let's talk about some guys, like on the local scene, here in Coeur d'Alene, Spokane area, just guys you're hyped on. You got to really, delve into it too deep or anything if you don't want, but just guys that you think are really, that you're going, these dudes are learning shit. These dudes are down, they're putting in the work. Like these guys that you're excited about, you know?
Oh yeah, I mean, the dudes in Spokane, they're ripping. There's a bunch of too many standout guys out there, but just like the local guys that come to skate the park here. I mean, Kyler for one. Kyler, just watching him progress and
shout out to Kyler,
shout out Kyler. Yousta rider.
That's right.
Who else? Little Jameson. Watching little Jameson progress. He's such a badass, man. That kid, he's gonna be rad when he grows up and grows into his body and stuff and
I think
gets a little older.
He's so funny, man. He's like, you know, like some people can kind of be like, he's like the skateboarder. You know what I mean? Like everybody loves him. Everybody digs him, you know, like I see him like with his peers down here and stuff.
For sure.
And he's pushing those guys and he flicks some shit. And I love the fact that like there's a little bit of that, you know, that's still in skateboarding of like, oh yeah, no, you know, especially with the little kid thing, you know, I'm going, awesome, man.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, homie's what, like 11, 12, 13? I don't know how old he is exactly, but he's rippy, and he's like always like down to take some pointers or whatever. Or if you're like, oh, Jameson, like you should try this dumb shit, whatever it is, like throw out some hairball maneuver, and it's like, yeah, hell yeah, I'll try it, and just fucking eat shit, but you know, always smiling and stuff, and
he's rad.
Who else? Not Kyler, I already mentioned him. Simon and Micah, those kids are amazing.
They are.
They're so sick. Watching them progress the last couple of years down here, and you know, those four guys: Simon, Micah, Kyler, and Jameson. Those guys are going to be hot shit when they get up.
They're the next gen around here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, and the Hults are just, I mean, the whole family as a whole is just, they're just
the best family.
They're the best. They're amazing, you know.
Shout out to Greg.
Absolutely, you know, I love Greg like a brother, dude. They're just great, and it's rad to see the Holt brothers go from these little kids, and now they're getting older, and they're growing into their body, and they're kind of growing into this expectation that everybody has, you know, of, you know.
Micah just got his license.
Yeah.
He's driving, or a permit or something. I know, but he's driving the car. It's just crazy.
I know, it is crazy. You know, and how humble and appreciative and just well-adjusted kids, man. And I just appreciate that. And I think they're a great representation of local skateboarding, you know. So I love that. All right, what are we on here? Oh yeah, this is one of the big ones for sure. We want to know what is going on with Twisted Tea and what the hell is going to take to get this guy on the Twisted Tea team, man. Let's get it going. Let's talk about it. Come on, we're all rooting for it.
Well, as many know, it's one of my favorite beverages.
It's true.
They go down way too smooth on a nice summer day.
Dangerously smooth.
Or winter evening. It could be any time of the day, any time of the season, any time of the year. No, but for real, we sent them back in the Portland days. We were filming this video called Faded with Adam Robo. Shout out to Adam.
Okay.
And we're probably 80% done with my part for the video. And we took the footage that we had and we put a little edit together, and we actually sent it to Twisted Tea to try to get like a little sponsorship or something like that. And not even think that they would ever respond. And they responded, but unfortunately they were like, yeah, that was cool and all, but we're only doing NASCAR at this moment. And I was like, that's understandable. Yeah, I get it. I'm no Dale Earnhardt, but
well, you know what? I think we're on something here. Actually, now that we're thinking about it, golfing.
Yeah,
golfing is your way in.
Golfing's the way in.
Up and coming golfer. He's proven that he's got the discipline. Twisted Tea. I think he could do it. You know, let's get him on the golfing team. You got yourself a diamond in the rough here.
Bring the contract. I'll sign it.
Let's go. He'll sign anything. All right, cool. So let's talk about number 9, the future of skating. You know, I like to when I do the podcast, kind of throw that out because it's always kind of like a twister question. You know what I mean? Kind of go like, all right, well, you know, it's just it seems so omnidirectional, but What do you think's going to happen in the future of skateboarding, man? Hoverboards? Are we talking like, telepathic kickflips? I mean, what are we working with here?
I mean, it's hard to tell. I mean, the sport, it's like the progression of people doing tricks and shit, like, is insane. Like 10 years ago, you wouldn't think about half the stuff that people are doing nowadays. I mean, whether it comes to people skating ramps or stairs or rails or ditch spots, whatever the case may be. But I don't know if anything's going to change with the actual like product or like a hoverboard or some shit like that. I mean, people try to do like whatever, like the tech boards with like a carbon layer in there or something like that to make them a little sturdier or whatever. But none of that's ever lasted. It's still just their traditional 7-ply maple skateboard.
Yeah, it's weird, man. It's.
I don't think that part's ever gonna really change.
I was thinking about this the other day because I mean, there's, like right now the wood prices and stuff are out of hand. Like it's hard to get skateboards. Like there's, it's like it's a fucking thing, man.
Yeah.
And I'm running, a little skateboard company, and it's hard to get skateboards, man. I'm like, this is crazy. So I'm thinking like, is there some kind of alternative stuff that, is now the time for that? Those alternative, like a bamboo or a carbon fiber or whatever, all this stuff that seems gimmicky, is it time for that stuff to really make make its debut and gain some traction in the skateboard world? And if it did, is it the same kind of product, because I mean, I'm just, I'm a purist, probably like how most people are, where I'm going, dude, it needs to snap, it has to have the thing, and I rode a bamboo board before, and it felt different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And nobody wants that, like, different, you don't want to have to completely, like, switch up your setup or, like, the way you skate just for, a different type of board or something like that. Like, if you're used to your board snapping a certain way for your ollies or whatever, you're not going to want to change it to something that's, bamboo or whatever that just feels softer or who knows?
Yeah.
I don't know, but definitely, like, if they were going to be doing something like that, you'd think this last year with that big board shortage. I mean, you guys got a board shortage. Everyone did. NHS. I mean, I was trying to buy some creature boards, and I couldn't even get some boards at all because nobody had anything.
Yeah, I know a couple
even
pro guys,
Deluxe,
man, and they
Deluxe didn't have much.
Yeah, they were not even a couple pro guys that were getting boards, and they weren't even their boards. They were just getting boards.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I won't name any names, but it was just like, all right. They're like, dude, I don't even ride my own board.
Yeah,
man.
but I mean, so you'd think that like this last year maybe is when some of those people that wanted to try out those new different ideas, since there was a wood shortage of everything like that.
Yeah,
you'd think they would have, but nothing really happened, and even if they did, I don't think people would.
Yeah, there's kind of a purity that goes with that. I mean, if it went any direction, my 2 cents would be can of boards. You know what I mean? So when you crack a board, you could just throw it on the campfire, and everybody just get a nice little buzz. You know what I mean? That's the future.
That's sick.
21 and over. You know what I mean? People be cracking boards like motherfuckers, dude. They're like, oh, dude, stick both, crack it up.
Yeah. Split in some pieces.
Yeah.
Roll some splits.
That's right, man. Yeah. I'm smoking my skateboard.
You're onto something.
Yeah, there it is. Don't nobody steal my idea, or hit me up if you want to get involved. All right, so let's start with, and then we'll end here. I like to kind of end on a nice inspirational message. Something that's going to really, just promote that PMA, positive mental attitude. I'm a huge guy into that.
Definitely.
And inspire. I'm always into like, and then there's maybe, I don't know, but always just trying to inspire the next generation, inspire people, and get people stoked and get them hyped up. So any words of wisdom you got for any up and comers, any guys out there that are, maybe thinking about getting into skateboarding again, or that are, out here, putting the time in and want to be a good skateboarder or becoming a good skateboarder. Just any words of wisdom as a guy that's good at skateboarding.
Yeah, I mean, it's all just, having fun. Like, it all takes patience. Nothing comes quick. It's all going to be hard. You're going to have days where you feel like quitting. I mean, when I first learned it, I think it took me like a year to learn how to kickflip when I was a kid. Like, I'd just sit there and try and fail and fail, and eventually figured it out. But I think it took like about a year to do it.
Now you do one a day.
I've been trying to do one a day.
Yeah.
We're beginning of April, and so far it's been successful.
It's amazing. I love it.
But yeah, just have fun, like, and that can be like even outside of skateboarding. That could be with your, you know, your daily job, or if you're young and you're not working a job yet. I don't know, like, just have fun with whatever you're doing. Like, if you're not stoked on what you're doing, then you're not doing it right, or you should go figure something else out.
That's
Life's too short to not be having fun.
That's the truth, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, and you know, again with that PMA thing, you know, I think it's all how you frame your life, and it's all how your perspective and your attitude is a huge deal.
Definitely.
And I notice guys that I've ever met that are good skateboarders, they're super positive, and they're just always radiating that kind of energy, man. And it's addictive as fuck, you know, for one.
Oh,
but
for sure, it's contagious.
Yeah, there's definitely a underlying connection between all good skateboarders, and I think it's the positivity.
Yeah,
you know, and the dedication, for sure. You know,
for sure. I mean, there is a lot of guys that are super good and they're dicks. But,
yeah, right.
But you know, whatever. Fuck them.
Fuck those dudes.
Yeah. As long as, you know, just have fun doing what you're doing, and just know, like, yeah, if you are a kid that's trying to learn, or, you know, you're in the process or whatever, just know that nothing comes easy.
That's right.
Whether it's skateboarding or not, it's not going to come easy.
I love it. All right, man. Well, we're going to wrap it up. That's 10 questions here. Now we're going to give you 10 tricks here at this park in the back. We appreciate you guys tuning in. Johnny Helgren, thanks, brother.
Hey.
I appreciate you.
Yeah,
man.
thank you.
You know, and thanks for tuning in. Check it out. We're out.
Yousta.